It's Thursday, and we've got shit to say, so first thing I've got to say is, Graham, roll the juke.
It's time for trigger warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
How dare you!
Hey guys, how you doing? It's time for another trigger warning. I'm Hayden Hewitt, and I'm joined tonight, when he's just finished doing something over there, by the incessantly hateful and Nazi-like Graham Booth. How you doing, dude?
I'm good. I'm full of love tonight, I'll have you know.
I can see you growing your hair out.
Yeah, I am growing my hair out, yeah. I figured I fancied a change.
Looks good. Looks good.
You couldn't tell because I usually have the hat on, don't I?
Well, that was it. It came as a surprise.
I opened it and it all... Poof.
Came as a surprise.
I know, man. I look good.
Someone should let Dr. Disrespect know. But no, it's good. It looks good. It looks good. Before we get going, let's see who we've got in. We've got Biscuit Vapes. Hello, big fella. How you doing? OPCW Guta. Hello, gorgeous George Begonia. Smoke Steve. Rick Kerr, Fat Belly, Alan Reader, hello mate, hope all's well, Mr. Kill C1, Cup of Tea, and some other people that I missed before, but hello guys, thanks very much for joining us, hope you're well, or at least, not terminal, that'll do for a start. So, you may have questions about Graham's new look, send them to Graham. I'm going to try and not get too involved with this at the moment. We've got a couple of other people. A couple of hellos before we go, because I think I might not stop for a bit once we start tonight. Got Dippy Derrick, Manzi Monster, and Last Dance. Hello, mate. And of course, we've got Stephen Englander there. Hello. Hope you're well. Late night for you. Very good. All right. About a week ago, I posted on Twitter that we were sleepwalking into tyranny. I was wrong. It takes a real man to admit when he was wrong, and I was definitely wrong. We're not sleepwalking into tyranny. We are running towards tyranny like Annie towards Daddy Warbucks. We're running with our arms open like a simp to an OnlyFans star. We're desperate for the embrace of tyranny. We love the idea of tyranny. It's fucking great. Take away my freedoms. Tell me how to think so I can feel as if maybe I'm safe. It's that little illusion of safety, of well-being, of affirmation. On that train this week are the hard left guys, gals, and non-binary, who apparently are valid and real. Silicon Valley, they're the big tech guys. You see, they've come out swinging. You know about the story about Hunter Biden and his daddy Joe. That poor old confused man. And apparently Hunter used his daddy's status to secure himself jobs that he would never ordinarily have done. Usually this sort of story is the kind of low-level nepotism and corruption we've grown quite used to. It would be used to beat him with for a little while, and then it would have just gone away in a puff of smoke. No. See, the New York Post reported on it. It's all based on a hacked email from, a laptop went into a repair center and it had a Beau Biden sticker on it. And so the guy thought, I'm going to get in here and save all the emails. And that's where they found stuff, allegedly, about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden's involvement in this situation. It's distasteful. It's as dishonest as I'd expect from a career politician. It's not nice, but may be true. Might not be true. Don't know. I don't know. I'm fairly sure something went on for Hunter Biden to get paid 50 grand a fucking week, though. But, you know, the guy doesn't have the greatest track record of success or indeed managing to stay away from drugs or infidelity. But maybe he turned his life around. Maybe he turned his life around and became a winner. I don't know. But what happened was the New York Post wrote about this and published the article and shared it, as newspapers are wont to do on social media, Twitter, and the Book of Face. These guys didn't like that. These guys did not like that. And almost straight away, both Twitter and Facebook started removing that story, saying it's fake news. Took it down, and then started removing accounts that linked to the story, including a small account called Team Trump. Sounds like a fun account on Twitter. It's actually the official campaign account for Donald Trump. Twitter killed it because they shared a link to this article about an allegation of impropriety and corruption of a politician that clearly the boys and girls and non-binaries, who are both valid and real, in Silicon Valley are behind, because they're behind Biden. They're leftists, which means to them Biden is probably Hitler, but a little bit less Hitler than Donald Trump, who lives in a gold house and shits on a gold toilet, but still manages to convince people he's one of them. Now, Twitter have come out and said, you know, maybe we didn't handle this badly. They've not said we shouldn't have done it. They just said we should have communicated things better. But of course, it's kind of unusual, because what they've done, they've created the Streisand effect. Now, what this is, everyone, here is when, you know, you take a story and you censor it or you hide it, and what that does is breathe more oxygen and publicity onto it. It's very much how conspiracy theorists tend to operate, don't they? You know, they'll put out an anti-vax thing, a platform will say, oh, I don't want that there. See, you're removing it because it's real. You don't want people to know the truth. And then more and more people know that apparently now an injection for the mumps will turn you into a 4-hour fucking monster. Okay? That's how this shit works. So what they've done in Silicon Valley is take this story of dirty, grubby corruption that probably would have gone away reasonably quickly and turned it into something much bigger. The guys on the right have latched onto this big time, and to be fair, rightly fucking so, saying, look, they are censoring us. Now, some journalists who, as I was discussing with Graham earlier, all hang out on Slack to make sure they vaguely agree on where they're going and how it's going to be, have said, no, it's nonsense. It's nonsense, but it's not fucking nonsense. I'm not a conservative voter. If I lived in America, I wouldn't be a Republican voter. I wouldn't vote Democrat either. But I'm not of the right any more than I'm of the far left. The fact is, more conservative accounts are censored, silenced, ghosted than any other. And Silicon Valley have moved in and they're doing this across the fucking board. They are literally utilizing the very thing they had to become successful, the free, open internet, and they are crushing smaller sites. Google is fucking merciless. Merciless with smaller sites. Control that. No ads. Oh, we'll delist you. Look at Twitter. If you click on a BitChute link on Twitter, whatever your thoughts on BitChute might be, it warns you that it's potentially unsafe. Why? You will hear something you don't like. That's not unsafe. Unsafe makes you think dangerous. Unsafe makes you think virus. Thank you, Twitter, for protecting me from a website that does not have viruses and that is perfectly fucking safe. The worst that can happen is you get the hurt fees. That's it. But it's still in place. So they've done this, they've taken it, they're strangling the shit out of the fucking internet. And a lot of people on the left are fucking loving it because it's their affirmation. It's their protection. It's what saves them. Protect me from these stories about Daddy Biden. Orange Man bad. Give me more of those. I've still to find out how many accounts have been banned for posting lies about Trump. I'm sure it must be some, right? If anybody finds out, please let me know, because I'm all about the fair and balanced. But apparently these big platforms aren't. And these guys don't have to kowtow to anybody. That's the thing. Twitter don't have to worry about Google. Facebook don't have to worry about fucking anything. So they're not being forced into a corner like many other sites. They're doing this by choice. They're doing this by choice because we're protected and people are embracing it. Embracing it. Ban Tommy Robinson. Ban this one. Ban that one. They're not going to be able to Ben Shapiro's gone. Then fucking this one, that one. I saw... In fact, no, we'll come back to that. I'll come back to that because it's not the time yet. I'll talk about that after. Sorry. So, online, we want everyone banned that we don't agree with. I want these Nazis removed from this platform. What are the guidelines for being a Nazi? Whatever I think they are. It's like the thing, well, what is a woman? Whatever identifies as a woman. No, that's not how shit works in the real fucking world. Stop. But they love it. They love it. And it's not just those on the left. Because we can take that, probably extrapolate. Never use that word, I just wanted to say completely incorrect. Extrapolate. That sort of behaviour and take it into the wider world when we look at the lockdown. Here in the UK, there's been some exciting developments. In fact, each and every day, there's an exciting fucking development with lockdown just to keep us all incredibly confused. But today, Twitter was teeming with people from London complaining that why should we be on tier 2? We're not going to be on tier 2. In the north, we've been dealing with that shit for months. You didn't give a fuck. You were still here having your big fucking Black Lives Matters rallies, your this rally, your that rally, squeezing yourselves all fucking together. So you don't go and get a test that doesn't fucking work properly anyway. All test positive and get yourselves a nice lockdown. As Graham rightly pointed out to me earlier, the first big lockdown was because of you fuckers in London. It wouldn't do anything at the start of it. The whole country got shut down for you. Tough shit. Suck it up. You're in the shit with the rest of us. I mean, in Liverpool, they've got the harshest. They're tier 3 because we operate a 3-tier system. In Liverpool, an owner of a gym kept it open a day or so longer than he should. They sent the armed police to shut a gym down. In the UK, the armed police. People were cheering it on. And I'm like, why? Why are you so happy that we're enforcing these? Because they're saving us from the virus! It's going to kill us all! It's not. It's probably killed most of the people it's gonna kill, and there will be some people that have the long COVID, the way some people react badly to other illnesses. It's an unfortunate fact of life. It is with us. We can do what we can, but we can't tank the economy for it. Fuck you! Fuck you, you anti-vaxxer piece of shit! Protect me, make me safe! I read on Twitter, and I wish I could remember who posted it, the most perfect quote about the first lockdown. It wasn't a lockdown. It was middle-class people hiding while working-class people continue to work to fucking feed them. It's bullshit. I got it, you know, when it first happened, and they said we're going to lock down for 3 weeks, just so we don't overwhelm the system, because shit was getting hairy back in March, you know? And it was like, no, I get it. That makes perfect sense. Stagger the uptake of the illness so we can progress and go into the summer and control. We were locked down for 6 fucking months. I know people that have gone to the fucking wall for it. People still died because lockdowns don't work that well. The World Health Organization, when they said we should have lockdowns, everyone beat the British government about the head with it when we didn't have one. The World Health Organization are right, we should listen to them. They want a lockdown. Pay me my wages to sit at home. Save me. So they did. Now, the World Health Organization has said that these lockdowns don't really work. Fuck the World Health Organization! Anti-vaxxer pieces of shit! I'm not safe! We're all gonna die from COVID! I'm going to kill my grandma! You don't have to. You don't have to. Just think about where you are. Situational awareness. Keep yourself as clean as you can. Do your best. But I hate to break it to you guys. If we lock down, people are still going to die from this fucking thing. When we get the vaccine, whenever that might be, and if it works, and if it doesn't fucking make you more ill, people are still going to die. We've got this shit forever now. Like cancer, that we've learned to deal, I was going to say live with. It's very hard to live with, I imagine. But we've learned to deal with that. Deal with outbreaks of things like Ebola, and I know they're not comparable. Ebola's so fucking brutal it doesn't spread because people die before they fucking get anywhere else. But we learn to deal with these things and control them, and that's what we're gonna have to do. We're giving up every right for the illusion of safety because lockdowns do not stop this. Here in the north, in Manchester, we've been on tier 2 for months. Shit's just going up. Deaths aren't rising too much. Hospitalizations are manageable. There's a lot of people going in with other things this time of year as well. It's coming up to winter. It's getting cold. It's cold and flu season. The kids have gone back to school. Germs fucking everywhere. Everyone I know's had a cold and a runny nose and the full works. But for this illusion of safety, we're being told when to go to fucking bed. I'm being told who I can have in my fucking house. My parents are elderly. My father's very ill. I can't go round there right now. I get that. I go to the window. I talk to them on the phone every day. It's all right. But it's killing them that they can't see Junior, but they know, just rightly or wrongly, it's not the time. So we'll wait a bit. We'll be as sensible as we can because I'm not a scientist. I can't sit here and go, it's all bullshit and everyone will be fine. I'm pretty sure that if my dad got COVID, it would kill him. He's in no fit state to deal with that shit. So common sense prevails, but he still has to go to hospital 3 times a week because there's a risk-reward thing, isn't it? Might catch COVID, but if he doesn't go 3 times a week to hospital, will catch dead. Guaranteed. If you asked a lot of the over 80s, well, you might catch it if you can go and see your grandkids. But you might catch it if you don't. They'll go and see their grandkids. They'll go and see their grandkids because that's what life is actually about. Life is actually about living, not locking yourself in a hermetically sealed fucking room, apparently just watching Netflix and eating fucking donuts all day. That's not life. You're not living. That's existing in terror and fucking fear. And we've let a government tell us, without a law, just a fucking edict. Just a decision based on no science whatsoever. And don't tell me the government scientists, everything they predicted has been fucking wrong. Based on nothing, you can meet 6 people. Outside. Unless it's tier 3, then you can't. Can't have anyone in your house. My house. Our home. Not our choice. But we're keeping people safe. It's important. It's important to keep, you've got to think of everyone else. You're being selfish. Well, what about all the people that are going to die? Because they're not getting the treatments for cancer, because they're being kept waiting for things, because they've lost their businesses and they're fucking depressed to the point of suicide. What about those people? I don't want to talk about those people, just keep me safe. They don't fucking care. Think of society. I am. Go into hibernation, come out in another 6 months, and see how fucking great society is then. When no one's got any fucking money, when food banks can't cope. But you might be alright, maybe you're a trust fund kid. Maybe you've been furloughed on 60 grand a year and you got a bit stuck aside, it's all okay. Don't call other people selfish that, had to go out. Graham mentioned to me earlier, Patton Oswalt, the comedian, American comedian. And at the time of like, come on guys, how hard is it to sit at home and watch Netflix and just eat? Come on. Well, that might be what you do, you silly little fat fucker. But there were lots of us going, how do I pay the fucking rent this month? All my work's dried up. Lost the business, I've lost the pub that I've had for years. Do they sit and watch Netflix and chill? Yeah, I do have Netflix. And I am fortunate is that I do a lot of my work from home. But at the same time, I didn't sit around watching Netflix. I was scrabbling about for fucking work to make sure I'd keep my family fed. It's all about people's own perceptions and universes being put out onto other fucking people without any thought whatsoever of them. And those of us who see this, we just go along with it. We don't make a fuss. What can you do? Just carry on. I don't make a fuss. I'm making a living. In the evening I want to sit down and do nothing. Well, who cares what these people are up to? But we really should. Because no one's stopping them. No one's stopping them. You're still on there. I'll just share another picture of my dinner on the platform. That's just decided to completely throw out the fact that it isn't a fucking platform at all. They're publishers. And we're sat there just watching them do it. Watching them fuck everything good about the internet into the dirt, because what can we do? What's the point? We see people cancelled on Twitter for calling a fucking trans woman a man or not believing. What do we do? Nothing really. Now, I'm not suggesting you grab your gun and get out on the streets. You don't have to do that. You don't have to leave your house. Be a bit more proactive.
Did you see earlier someone said that Andy Burnham's gone all Jon Snow on us? He's gonna lead the fight against the South. And the first thing I thought when I read it was, yeah, I'd go if I genuinely heard that he was going into battle with London, I'd probably tool up, march down there, knowing I'll lose. But,
I don't think I'd march behind Andy. But I'd like to see how it goes, and I do know his views on it.
Oh, it's just an excuse, me.
I've spoken to the man about his views on it, and
any high level incitement to insurrection.
There's little things I don't like Andy's answer to the 10 o'clock curfew was that we should then ban supermarket booze sales from 9 o'clock. So no, that's not the answer I was looking for.
No.
But, we'll see how it goes. At least he seems to be one of the few trying to make some kind of noise.
There's another element to the 10 p.m. curfew thing as well, because Amazon still runs through the night. Asda still opens all night. There's no, it's like you're allowing the biggest companies to carry on and do what they're doing.
Of course we are.
But what about the person who's literally poured the life savings into opening an independent cafe or whatever? They're not allowed.
No, fuck
but Amazon is,
Yeah, fuck them.
It's not
fuck
good,
the
man.
people that'll be hurt. So what can you do, though? What can you do? Be proactive. And this is going to sound like a fucking begging bowl thing here, but get proactive. Use the websites that you can use to say what you've got to say. Support the creators that you watch, whether it's by watching the ads, whatever it is, do your bit and make your own fucking noise. Because, one of the big problems is, and I've spoke to a lot of people, and they'll say to me, well, you're lucky, you can't be cancelled. Kind of. I could be banned from platforms. Have you ever noticed that I don't punt out a website where I show my services that are available, tell people who my clients are? You notice that I don't do that? Because they could harass them. I'm fine taking it. Nobody else should suffer because of it. But other people are like, but if I stand up, I'll be cancelled. Yeah. But not everyone will. They can't cancel everybody. They can't do it. Do something, guys. Just be proactive. Go blog, vlog, make fucking noise, and don't stop. Because their magic fucking spells of transphobe, bigot, Nazi mean nothing. They mean fuck all. If you're stuffing Jews in an oven, you're a fucking Nazi. If you're just online going, I'm not sure about Black Lives Matter as an organisation, doesn't make you a Nazi. If you say all trans people should be taken out and fucking shot and should have no rights whatsoever, you're a transphobe. If you're saying they probably shouldn't be in women's rugby, not a transphobe. And bigot, they don't even know what that word fucking means. It means intolerant of somebody else's opinion. They are the biggest bigots on the fucking planet. Because not only will they not tolerate your opinion, they won't tolerate you. And one by one, you're going to see people just dropping off like fucking flies. And at the end of it, oh, where's everyone fucking gone? Why is no one making any noise about this? Because they stood alone. They stood alone and got fucking knocked down. Destroyed. Because we don't stand together. And that's where their strength is. If you really think about the power they have just from one platform, Twitter. They're mobilized, they're together, they can affect things in the real world from Twitter. People I wouldn't trust not to wet the fucking bed at night. You know, someone's got in the title, fucking NB, fucking autistic. They all want to be autistic. It's a life's fucking goal. Asperger's, non-binary, trans, fucking furry. And people listen to them. Who the fuck listens to them and go, oh, that's a shame. I hope you're okay. That's fine. Don't go, we should make policy based on what you say. No one wanking in a fursuit should ever influence any kind of policy. They are fucking mental. But they mobilise and they crush their opposition. And while everyone's sat around going, oh, they're pussies on the left, they are fucking all of us. And we're doing nothing. We do nothing. Oh, well, I've joined Parley. Well done. Fight the power. I've gone to hang out with another load of people who like Donald Trump. Woohoo! Sorry, Graham. Yes, trying to catch my attention. What am I looking at? Oh, he started with Uncle Albert Boller. Oh, it's Richie Allen. I was going to talk about him. I've been saving it. I'm so happy you're here. Richie had a real pile on about the whole COVID thing, and I caught a post tonight where he was called a right-wing extremist. Right-wing. Now, I don't have to defend Richie. You know, he's big enough and ugly enough to take care of it himself, but a right-wing... The man's a fucking socialist. How can you be a right-wing socialist? That's how mental these people are, because they called him that and then blocked him. So they couldn't see what he said back. These people are the ones with the power. Now, luckily, Richie's with us. Richie, as you know, you must know if you watch this, got a massively popular, and I mean massively popular radio show that he puts out 4 nights a week. I think, does he still do the Sunday View? Do you still do the Sunday View? That fucking he got the Sunday View as well. Think of the value. Puts out every week. Now, been lucky that we were sent a picture of young Richie. We were hoping you'd pop in. Not many people get to see Richie in his more relaxed times before he became a fighter for justice. Look at him there. That was back in the days with the Irish radio. Can you make that bigger so people can see? Look at him there. Oh, bless. Look at him. 18 years old, first gig in radio, already 6'9". Totally indecipherable fucking accent, but look at him there. That was before the hair went, obviously. I believe the hair went after he was exposed to the truth about the moon and things like that. Hope you're doing well, Richie. Hope you're doing well, fella. If anybody would like that picture of the young Richie, I'm sure we can. So I'll put it on my Twitter feed later on, at Hayden Hewitt. Do come and join us. That was quite the rant. That was half an hour's worth of vein-bulging shouting. But it's true, guys, we're doing fuck all. I sit here doing this. Richie goes out to thousands upon thousands of people. Everyone sits there going, Nothing gets done. Nothing gets fucking done. Wasn't it Ian Brookside, says Neil Orange Peel. He didn't get the audition. You can understand he sounded like a Pikey call-out video. So it didn't pan out. I just think he can't grow a beard as magnificently aggressive as mine. That's what it'll be. Oh, bless. That's such a lovely picture of him. It really is. And yes, Melanie Howard Ritchie does rock. Smoke Steve says worst Photoshop ever.
This is
Photoshop.
Yeah, this is a scan of an actual photo that we have.
You've seen my Photoshops. I don't do shit like that. Just to get back, full circle to the social media thing with the Biden story. That's half an hour callback. Half an hour fucking callback. I've got nothing else to talk about. We're going to end the show in a minute. With the way they've handled it and the Streisand effect that we spoke about, it leaves you with three options for social media. The first is that they're secretly Trump supporters, because all they're doing is cementing his base and probably going to give him a few points on the polls in the coming days. So they're either secret Trump supporters, hopelessly fucking inept, or so confident in their own power and abilities that they just don't give a flying fuck. Which do you think it is? I'm going for number 3 myself. After Jack's fucking non-apology, definitely. They don't fucking care. They don't fucking care at all.
It's frustrating as well because we are literally weeks away from Trump's tax return getting leaked in almost exactly the same manner.
Yeah.
And it's weird, isn't it? Because the terms of service didn't exist then for some reason.
No. It all changes.
It's really, really frustrating, man.
It's because, Biden's their guy, apparently. And it's not good for the UK if Biden gets in. That's the funny thing. Trump is ironically better for Great Britain. Biden's probably not going to be very good for many people. The leftists will be over the fucking moon because they'll be able to run riot for 4 years. Because he supports all the sort of more far out shit that they love, like the complete erosion of women's rights to a sex segregated space and things like that. But I don't know if people have thought this through, and this is something else we spoke about the other day. If you get 4 or 8 years of that unfettered leftist madness, think what Republican candidate's going to get voted in as president after that. Going to be a hardcore motherfucker. Now, if people say, well, it hasn't happened for these 4 years of Nazism, it is worth rightly pointing out, as was pointed out to me earlier, how many wars has Donald Trump started? How many peace treaties is he overseeing? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Trump is a good president. I'm not saying that. But has it really been like living under a fascist regime, given you are still one of the wealthiest nations in the world and you're still all quite well fed and have all the amenities you could want? For the most part, I know it's a crass generalization. Trump is nobody's ideal president, or nobody in the right mind, but neither's Biden. That poor confused old man should not be president. It's bullshit that he even ended up as the candidate. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I nearly made a terrible joke then, and I'm really glad I stopped myself. And I knew that would have been very bad. I'm going to enjoy it for a second. Now, OPCW Guta says, we're not in the US, fuck their internal politics. Hate to tell you this, dude, if the US sneezes, the rest of us catch a cold. They really are that big and important, whether you like it or not, they just are. And I'd rather have a good Brexit deal.
Yeah, we're quite literally about to sign a trade deal with him. I'd really appreciate if it was a good one.
Follow, your problems are your problems. I was thinking about us. We could do with a good deal. And as we know, Donald knows the art of the deal. He's good at dealing.
Well, I think he just wants to piss Germany off, doesn't he? He fucking hates him.
Yeah, he does. He's not keen on Germany.
He'd give us a good deal just to fuck them off.
I've not seen Richie since we posted that picture. He just fucks off.
I thought you was my friend, Aidan.
Feckin' bastard! OPCW Guta says, I feel bad for the normal US citizens who pay for the mistakes of their leaders. What, just in the US? All of us. All of us. Put people into positions of power that we pay them for so that they can dry fuck us every day of our lives. And we cheer on one of the teams to dry fuck us. As if somehow we can just ignore that part of our relationship. None of us are safe from this. I'm bored of everyone saying, oh, well, yeah, should have voted Corbyn in then. Why? What would have been better? What would have been better with Jeremy fucking Corbyn? Do you really think he's some, fucking hippie that found his way into politics? You insane? Nothing ever changes. Nothing ever changes. It's just a bit shitter for you this time, a bit shitter for the other guy next time, a bit shitter for all of us most of the time. And we go along with the most heinous shit just so we can support our team. It's fucking despicable. Do you know what would improve politics? Get rid of career politicians. Fixed terms for fucking everybody. Because they don't run it anyway. It's the civil servants behind the scenes that do all the business. Politicians are just there to fucking speak and have money placed in their pockets. Fixed terms for all of them. All of them. It's one thing I think is a good idea about the US. 2-term maximum. After that, you go. Nobody should make a career out of politics. And that should be across the board for all of them. Because anyone that has a career in politics is no fucking use. It's all a game. It's all just some big shitty chess game to them. It's more about the obsession with power, greed, ego. 2 terms as any form of politician is plenty. Then go and get a fucking job. That's the only way we would have a chance of starting to improve politics, because the fight would be they would need to perform better if they were on a fixed term. Some will say, well, they just get lazy, get the 1 term, get the 2nd. Why would they bother? Because the next motherfucker fighting for it, at least it'll turn over. You've got more chance of hooking a good one than you do with the system we've got, where an MP can go and find a safe Labour seat or a safe Conservative seat and sit there for fucking years, knowing that as long as they make the right noises every once in a while, everything's gravy. You get the 60, 70 grand a year, get the expenses, flat in London. Elsewhere, people get to moan at you once a month. Fucking gravy. Then if you get in the cabinet, better money. Oh, nice money. Shouldn't be allowed.
Dude, I've not asked you yet, actually. Did you manage to catch the new Spitting Image yet?
No, I've not watched it.
It's okay. It's actually.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean,
it's-
it looks good.
It's surprisingly like refreshing, you know. The Greta one is amazing.
I do mean to watch it, but I've literally not gotten around.
They've
to
not,
it.
you know. Usually with these things, it's like this tame, but it feels just the same as the original stuff, man. It's great. It's really good.
Well, that's good on them. Good on them. I'm surprised they were allowed. Let's have a look here. The Vapist says get rid of political parties. Dude says no career politics or whips. Oh, absolutely. The whips is fucking disgraceful. What a shit system that is. Absolutely shit. James C64 says maybe we should randomly select politicians like jury service. That could go wrong. That could go so... I mean, that'd be funny. But I don't know. I've met a lot of people in my life, and not many of them have been, in my opinion, suitable to run a country. Myself included. Let's have a look here. Rational Wrong Think says, I think 12 years in politics should be enough, but there needs to be laws in place to stop them from feathering their nest for a nice, cushy corporate job once they leave. Yeah, obviously, if they walk into a job for a company that produces goods or a service that they've been relentlessly fucking promoting as a politician, and then they go and land a place on the board as an executive director or something like that, there should be serious ramifications for those people, but there never are.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. The problem with that as well is that, you know, look at the Clintons now. They just give talks. They, you know, so that there are certain rules around that. I can't remember what they are specifically, but the way around it is you just then give a talk. All you're doing is coming to have a, you know, give career advice to whoever, and what you're actually doing is hooking up. You know, it's a bribe basically, isn't it?
Of course it is.
And it's very, very, very difficult to lock it out.
Our system's horribly broken.
The only way to do it is to reduce the amount of power they have. That's the only, the only, you know, if politicians have less power, then the corruption has less influence on
We
our
should
lives.
certainly make sure that they have to put laws in place to infringe on freedoms and rights. That would be a good first step, wouldn't it? I'm pretty sure we did something about that called, it was the Magna Carta, to prevent rule by edict. Pretty sure we had that a while ago. I must have just dreamt it, Graham.
It's been fucked off for the most part, that.
Yeah, we're just being ruled by fucking many kings now and queens, rather than a king or queen. It disgusts me. It absolutely fucking disgusts me that they can rule by edict. Untested policies, not backed up by anything, and enforced by the police. Armed police for a gymnasium.
Yeah, because the people who are going to the gym are totally high risk for fucking coronavirus, aren't they?
You know, the guy said, look, it's all cleaned, everyone sanitizes, it's spaced. No, you're tier 3. The fuck is tier 3? Now, Andy Burnham's come out and said, I'm not accepting tier 3 until there's a package in place. It sounds great, but we all know that if it comes down, Andy Burnham's not going to stop the government. He's the mayor of Greater Manchester. They don't give a fuck about Manchester.
Do you know what, though? He could be a good voice of rebellion, though.
If he really stepped up, he'd be amazing, because he was part of the system.
Yeah, if
He
had-
was Shadow Home Secretary.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember now.
Pretty
yeah.
serious gig. You know,
If he stood there on Good Morning Britain and said, Manchester, keep your businesses open, and if anyone comes, send them to me. You know, if he actually took a proper stand like that, my respect would go through the roof.
Absolutely.
But all he's doing is asking for more money for furlough. And
yeah, that's my concern, you see, because it's just, you know, like, well, we'll do it if you give us some money. And it's not enough.
I've got to say, though, by the way, I do stand by tier 3 restrictions for Liverpool, but that's got nothing,
It's got nothing to do with
nothing to do with
coronavirus.
That's just a general principle I've held for 20 years or so now.
Well, it's like the social distancing thing, isn't it? I've never had a problem with that anyway. Even less so now that I've got this fucking thing on my face.
Liverpool right now is like an amputation. You know, you need to cut the blood supply off.
Well, they've
completely
always
before
said we're not English, we're Scousers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, bless them.
Let's put a border up. Give them autonomy.
Yeah, I don't think they'd survive. They can't build houses for shit, mate. Bless them.
Well, give them what they want. It's the time. Nicola Sturgeon as well might be in a spot of bother. Looks like she may have done a spot of misleading over Alex Salmon. Unusually, even in the Scottish press, that is usually so subservient to the SNP, it's disgusting. Even they're having a little think about it, and the whispers are out that maybe she should go. It won't happen. She wants to be like Chancellor What's-Her-Face in Germany, doesn't she?
Yeah, Merkel.
Yeah, she wants to be like Angela Merkel. She wants to be in power forever. Over an independent Scotland. I mean, I'm all for it if that's what they want, but I just don't see that ending well.
Dude, did you see that someone emailed her calling her a Nazi because of the restrictions? So to prove to everyone she's not a Nazi, she had him arrested. Yeah. Charged.
Oh, yeah.
They've charged him under the same thing that they got Dankula on.
She's definitely not a fascist.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's going mental in Scotland. That proposed bill they want to put through.
It's fucking insane.
It's unreal. It's basically a thought crime bill. And it's terrifying. And people are there going...
Well, they're already there. He literally... There's no... They didn't... I mean, he may have done, but there's nothing quoted in the email that was actually a threat. He was complaining, calling her a Nazi. Which, honestly, you should be allowed to call someone a Nazi.
It's an insult. It's not an accusation.
No, and it's certainly not a threat. I mean, what's the thing is, I call you a Nazi, therefore I'm going to attack you. Because that's quite an inference.
I'm going to bomb your favourite city.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. It's an insult, and now insults are being fucking monitored. But they are. Sarah Fillmore, who was on that debate with...
I love her. Yeah.
I've forgotten the other person's name. I'm terribly sorry. But, yes, Sarah Fillmore was on. Great lady. She found out she's got this whole list of shit on her record. Non-crime hate crimes.
Yep.
Non-criminal hate incidents. They're recorded forever or for years on her record and can be disclosed.
Yeah.
And she shared some of them. And there's fuck all there. But they've been playing the police like, well, we're going to keep them on. So they're fighting that at the moment. I really need to do an FOI.
Yep.
I need to get one in to find out if I've got it, because I'll be very disappointed if I haven't.
It might be easier to actually do just a proper DBS check. Just get checked as if you were...
No, I can write to the police and demand they tell me.
All right.
And they have to get back to me and tell me. And as we know, the police always do what they're supposed to do, so that shouldn't be a problem. But that's the shit we keep on people. And this is shit like trans activists reporting her for everything. And it just gets recorded. I don't understand that. How did they get such a hold on our system? How did Stonewall find their way into every government body and organisation when Stonewall are clearly not about gay rights anymore? They're clearly not, because we've got gay marriage, which was one of the big pushes, got equality, they have to be paid the same, they have to be treated the same. Most of that is so much better than it's ever been. So now they focus completely on the trans issue, to the detriment of gay people. Lesbians are being fucking kicked to the curb. How did they get in every aspect of our fucking lives? Now, in the UK, there's been a bit of pushback from the government, which we wouldn't have had we had a Labour government, I'm very sorry to say. But these guys are so much more motivated than the rest of us are, the normal people. They've got their shit together. They don't do it in public. They don't do the screaming, they just work it. It's like a cult. In fact, it's very much like a cult. First there's the embrace, then there's the denial of abject reality outside of the cult, and then there's the push to recruit and to attack others. It's all very cult-like. And it's not just trans people, it's across the fucking board with the left, and it's horrifying. It's absolutely horrifying. Students are the greatest misery to me, because students were always the firebrands that pushed the boundaries, that tested the limits. And now they're like fucking old people. They just have a different set of values, and they hoard them like a dragon hoards fucking gold. They don't let go of it. They protect it viciously. This is my mantra, and if you don't agree with it, you are fucking evil. And these people are going to be ruling the country now. The only thing that's good is that what tends to happen is when we're young, we're all in, many of us, not some of you guys, when Last Dance was young, Henry Ford had only just invented the popular automobile. He didn't invent the automobile, it was the Germans. It was Daimler, wasn't it? Anyway, I've taken myself completely away. Yes, when we're young, we're invariably far more, I'm not going to say liberal because they're not liberal, but we are far more liberal. And as we grow older, we realise that some things are not sustainable, some things are not realistic. Some things are just plain fucking stupid, and you grow and you grow up with experience. It doesn't make you hardened to people's well-being. You just have a different approach that, yes, everyone should have rights. Yes, people should be protected, but not at the expense of everybody else. And, I'm sorry that ideology is just fucking stupid. There's no place for that. I'm sorry you feel bad, but you're going to have to deal with that without us all adapting our lives to suit you. You grow older, so where we're seeing all the young people supporting all the more extreme stuff, as they grow older, a great many of them will become different, as we all do. We all change. Many of us like to think, I'm the same person I was when you were 20. You're not. You'd be far more unbearable if you were the same person you were when you were 20 years old. Unless you're only 21, in which case, probably very similar. Probably very similar. But I know too many summers have passed since I was 21 to still be like that, for sure. So we need to just get our shit together a little bit, guys. We need to pull behind each other. We need to support each other. Be good, because all this will pass. All of this will pass. The virus shit, the lockdowns. Granted, some freedoms we may never get back. So once you give them away, they're gone for good. We've already established that we'll just do as we're told. No matter how outlandish the demands, we'll just do it if we think we're going to be safe. And that's a form of conditioning. No matter what you believe, whether you believe this is all exactly correct, or it's a new world order, or wherever you are on that spectrum, it's conditioning. And if we don't accept it for this, we'll accept it for the next thing, and the next reason, and the next reason. It'll get deeper and deeper and deeper, and we will wind up being fairly well controlled. They're telling us where to go. They're telling us what we can say. They're telling us what we can think. They want to tell us what we can eat, what we can drink, who we can associate with, where we can associate with them. And we're just eating that shit up. Eating it up. Because none of us can afford the £10,000 fine. Maybe you think there's answers. Let me know. Get in touch on Twitter at Hayden Hewitt and let me know your thoughts on it. Graham, you look like you got something to say, dude.
No, I was just enjoying the chat, actually. I didn't have anything to say. No, not at all, actually. I was quite relaxed. I was just literally thinking about.
I was trying to chill it out.
I know. I was just thinking how much I've enjoyed this evening. Actually, I was just seeing it come
it's been going. We got here nice and early.
Yeah, I feel like we're rolling in.
Relax, the show's nearly done.
Guta is very, very thirsty this evening. I've seen her write the same things over and over again. Bless her.
We've all got shit that needs to be said.
I gotta be done though, man. I stand by almost everything you said tonight, and I really, really, really need lockdown to end. I'm fucking sick of it. bullshit with closing gyms and stuff. It's insane. You know,
Because we spent a lot of time in those.
no, but I know full fucking well that anyone that goes to a gym is not going to die from COVID. Not.
Or there's such a tiny, tiny percentage of them that you might as well say, well, if you might get run down by a car, we better have a lockdown.
Yeah, exactly. They're good. They're more likely to die on the way to or from the gym.
Very much more so.
Guaranteed.
Probably more likely to be killed by fucking lightning. We've lost all sense of perspective. And I get it because, you know, when this started, it was kind of scary.
Yeah, dude, we were there, we were behind it. Like, of course, because we literally didn't know. China didn't release the information.
No, so a 3-week lockdown seemed like a perfectly reasonable idea.
I was more than happy to do it. More than happy.
Then it turned into 6 months.
But yeah, it's just bullshit now. Completely bullshit.
OPCW Guta says, why'd you delete videos and comments? You make it sound like I've got a choice.
Dude, you've got no idea how the internet works. Come on.
Are you really so fucking naive? Are any of you people that come out with this shit so naive that you think I sit there going, oh, I'm going to get rid of that. I don't approve of that. I'm going to get rid of that. As if you know what I think. As if you know what I approve of or don't outside of what I tell you in this show. Do you really think I take any fucking pleasure in any of that shit? Really? No wonder we're in the mess we're in. You're even easily led by your own fucking brain. The fuck you do? I never understood that. You must fucking love doing that. No, I fucking hate it. Hate it. It fucking kills me. But we're in the world we're in. And you know what? I might take a pittance out of Lively. I have to go and earn my living doing other things. But there are people whose livelihoods depend on it. Should I fuck them so you can watch another fucking beheading video or sit around calling people fucking racial slurs and shit like that? Is that more important? Fuck you. What have you done? What have you fucking done that makes it worth me fucking those people over for you when you won't do a fucking thing apart from sit there and fucking moan? Get off your ass and build a site. Get it big. Run it like you want to. And if you do it, I will fucking scream your name from the rooftops. I will be your biggest fucking supporter. But do it. But don't sit there inventing shit in your own head going, oh, you've got no values. You remove things. What do you know about my fucking life? Or the shit I have to do? What do you know about what I've gone through and what I've dealt with? Fuck all. Ask me, but don't dare come at me like that, because you've done fucking nothing. Now, I've not done much. I've not made the world a better place. I've got no illusions about my status or importance to the planet. Believe me, I don't. But if you've never sat with me, person to person, chatted, don't ever assume you know how I think. Because you really fucking don't. You know nothing of my fucking values. Or what it's cost me. Or what hurts me and what I have to do to protect other people and look after them. You know fuck all about that. Sorry. Just pisses me off sometimes. Because it fucking kills me. It kills me that I can't do what I want to do. It fucking murders me. I put years of my fucking life into this shit. And it kills me. But you know what? I can't fuck someone else's life for my beliefs. I can encourage everyone else to work with me to do it, and we can do it. But I can't impose on somebody else. That's the wrong thing to fucking do. You have to weigh up, right now, what's important? What matters? What do I have to do to make it right for as many people as I can now? And real shit. Not just someone sitting on the fucking internet going, oh, I'm not very happy about this. Real shit. People feeding the kids shit, you know? You no idea the cost to people. It fucking murders me. I'm an idealist. I'm an idealist. I believe in freedom. I believe everyone should have their opinion heard. I believe if you want to see something that obviously isn't fucking child porn, You should see it. See it, say it, do it. Those are my beliefs, but I'm not a fucking wizard. I have to exist in the real world. Everything costs something. Everything requires a service. Now, we can have a meat space event, and we turn the cameras off, and we can talk about anything we like. I don't censor and delete things from there, because we can control that environment and provide an environment where that's possible. On here, I can't even say what I want to say half the time. Sometimes I do, and that's when we end up in trouble. We all rely on other things. So just go and bitching at someone because it's not how you like, you fucking do it. I went to court to defend my views. Build a site with whose money? You gonna find... No! You've got to do it your fucking self, you lazy bastard! What the fuck? Do you think someone just came along and gave us shed loads of fucking money? Jesus, what do you want? Do you want me to furlough you? Went to court to defend your views. Well done! You protected your own arse! Fucking yeah! Because you were in the shit, or someone accused you of something. Great. You looked after you. Fucking go team. Go team and go fuck yourself. Jesus Christ, are you going to finance it? Get a fucking job. You're welcome to Stuttgart. Actually, I would like to go to Stuttgart. If I'm ever there, we'll grab a beer. I probably won't shout at you like this, but right now, you're just a screen name. But yeah, I'm not going to give you fuck all. Go and do it yourself. Go and do it. Build it. Start it. Deal with the shit, the whiners, the hate, the attacks on you, your family, on fucking everything you hold fucking dear, because you can't give strangers on the fucking internet everything they want. Go do it. Then we can sit down and we can compare fucking notes about how long you lasted. And it's not just about me, there's other guys like Ray from BitChute. I don't know him great, but you know, he's a good bloke, he's a nice bloke. I genuinely believe he just thinks it should all be freedom. He gets dog's fucking abuse from everybody, including users, because he's not free enough, because they don't give a fuck about him. They give a fuck about themselves. And then they got the nerve to come, well, what about the community? What fucking community? What fucking community doesn't give a shit about the community? About the buildings they live in, or, you know, the village green, or fucking the fact that it's, you know, it takes something to run a community. We all sit there and consume like fuck. That's why social media is huge. Because we just consume. Give me. Websites died because Facebook gave away pages for free and took the work out of it. And everyone fucking ran to them. This is great. I can reach everyone that likes it. It's free. They all look the same. That's good. Let me put a banner up. I've got my individuality back. What do you mean no one can see my posts? What do you mean I've got to pay? What do you mean you own everything? Give it all away. Ask everyone to do it for you. No. I ain't going to give you fuck all, but I will salute you if you manage it. Go for it. Do it. Just do it. Everyone should fucking do it. Cheers, Smoke Steve. I don't mind that it's a You Watch. It's just a fact. I know what You Watch considers freedom. And that's wonderful. Go and have it. There are websites that will totally encourage you to say the sort of shit you like to say. I can't do that. I can't do it. Even though I disagree with you on so many things, and I find so many things you come out with utterly fucking retardedly hateful, I would never silence you for them. I wouldn't. But you know what? You're not worth us losing all this. You're not worth us losing an advertising platform. You're not worth someone else losing their job. You're not, because you just want things your way so you can have your say at everyone else's expense. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. God, it felt good. That was a bit of righteous fucking fury. Bit of righteous fury. I've got to say something. 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup, obviously. Obviously. Remember Dresden. Got to end on a high. Whenever you attack, you've never. Oh, fuck off! Just fuck off trying to manufacture some bullshit outrage. I'll talk to you another time. Fucking hell.
Oh, apparently people couldn't sub on Twitch. We'll have to have a look at that.
Oh, did Twitch not like us anymore?
I don't know. Maybe one of the pub streams killed us.
Rational wrong think. I think you're right. I think. Sadly, outside of meat space, which is real life, I can't create an environment where all that's possible. Because the other problem is, and a lot of people bypass this. No, I don't want to go into this too deeply. When you create an environment where anything that can be said, what also tends to happen is you end up with extremists from all walks and nothing else, because rational people can't deal with that level of hate and bullshit all the time. So it's kind of really difficult, because we all love the utopian idea of absolute freedom. We adore the idea of absolute freedom. It sounds great. But what invariably happens when we're given absolute freedom is we just push it to the worst possible places it can go. So the answer isn't just one big place where you can do anything. I think it's everyone should have their own properties where they set their own rules. And what those rules are, we've got to respect them. And that's just how it is. And that's how it should be. A website that allows you to sell those things, fine. A website that says you can only be here if you're a Democrat or if you're a Republican or if you like Mickey Mouse, that should be fine. But we've got this horrible situation where everyone feels entitled. Not only that they should be able to say anything they want, they should be able to stop other people saying shit that they want. And it's a very awkward world we're in now. And a lot of this is because of the bubbles and amplifications of social media. It's really hurt us. It's really, really, really hurt all of us. John Van, good to see you, dude. How you doing? Drop me a line. I don't know if you use Twitter, but get in touch. Drop me a line. Let me know how you're doing, man. We've got going now, but I would love to hear from you. It's been a while since I've seen you around, dude. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you spending your time with us. I've had a very good rant tonight. I feel cleansed. I'll be topped up again within a couple of hours, but for now I feel cleansed. Remember, Saturday night, Smoke Steve does the International Pub on the channel, where you can all just go in, log in, hang out, have a chat. Graham's usually there in a terrible state of disrepair as well. Talk about anything you like. Do get in there. That's Saturdays at 11 o'clock UK time. And we'll be back next Thursday. Business as usual, unless we end up in a tier 3 lockdown, in which case it's back to drinking on webcam in my kitchen. It's a win-win. Thank you again. If you did enjoy the show and you'd like to see more of them, please do consider going to patreon.com/triggerwarningtv and becoming a patron to help keep this fine venture rolling. Go and sign up on Altfeed. I've really took my finger off that. I was starting to move a bit, and then when I got ill and shit, I pulled away. I've got to get back on that. So do go to Altfeed, where you do have slightly more wiggle room than a lot of the big platforms to share your blogs and things like that, depending on what your opinion is. And just keep in touch, guys. Have a great weekend, and may nothing too terrible happen to you next week. Until next week, bye-bye.